Hello again. Today I want to talk about the fact that the journey to success is never smooth and it's going to have lots of ups and downs. And I'm going to illustrate this with a couple of stories about people. One of them, a very good friend of mine, and one, my own personal story. The journey of success is never smooth, and it is a journey, not a destination. All marketers have their ups and their downs. Well-known names such as Russell Brunson, Mike Dillard, Dean Holland, and many more have found success only to have it snatched from their grasp. But the great thing is, they overcame the fall and they got up stronger. And this is also true for me, so here's my story. In 2007, I had a very strong business, fully paid homes and cash in the bank. It wasn't overnight success, and along the way I'd had many businesses, made lots of cash, but I'd also been bankrupt. But much of that had been with offline businesses of the traditional brick and mortar nature, although I'd also been involved in the home business industry, multi-level marketing and various other things. Back in 2007, the world was my oyster, because I'd got this online business that was growing fast, and it allowed me to work from anywhere in the world. Cash was flowing in, commissions were going out to my affiliates, and times were good for everyone. My wife and I, we decided to move from the USA and planned to settle in Ireland. So we packed our belongings in a 40-foot container and took a plane along with our 3 dogs and a pet duck. But to cut a long story short, things didn't work out in Ireland, so we put the 40-foot container in storage, loaded the van with our menagerie, and set off for Italy, where we bought a home in Abruzzo for remodelling. It took up most of our cash, and we used much of what was left to send for our container. We thought no problem, as the business was making a healthy profit and growing. However, the money processor we were using not only ran off with the cash he collected, but he also drained the balance of our bank account, leaving us with no cash to even put fuel in the van or to pay our utility bills. We just about managed to scrape money together selling off some things to put food on the table, but our electric was cut off and we were back in the Stone Age, really, in a foreign country with no friends and only a smattering of the language. The online business, needless to say, failed, as we couldn't pay our expenses and commissions, etc. And, in a nutshell, we were flat broke. I found some work looking after expatriate homes, cutting grass and things like that, and eventually managed to gather enough to pay our bills and move back into the 21st century with comforts such as running water and electricity. And it allowed me to get back online, and I started marketing affiliate products using Google, which restored our income and mobility. And by 2009, after being on the fringe of an earthquake in Italy, we decided to pack up and move to the UK. In the UK, I did some offline business consultancy, and I started thinking again about expanding online. But Google Panda and Penguin updates managed to destroy the business I had. However, I'd got experience in MLM, and I'd always had this ambition to create an MLM that would drastically improve the success-failure ratio and so help more people succeed. And by doing this, I also wanted to raise cash for charity, and that is still my overriding goal. By 2011, I'd again built a thriving business, but it still suffered from the same failure rates for the members, and no matter what I did, what tweaks I made, more people failed to make money than actually made money. In retrospect, I guess I've always wanted success for others far more than they actually want it for themselves. But then around 2014 I found someone who was an absolutely brilliant person at research and online advertising. He was a self-made man, and he'd backed himself, despite not speaking English, having no formal education, no money, and no knowledge of the internet. He scraped together the fare from his native South Africa to the USA, and after sleeping under bridges and lots of hardships, he became a top marketing expert. But that's a story for another day. This man, Titch, and his business partner Gloria, set out to do what I'd always tried to do and failed, and that was to help 100% of people make money. Titch did the marketing, Gloria did the admin, and people pooled their cash with Titch, and he made everyone a profit every month. I used his plan as the engine of what I believe was an improved plan that multiplied the incomes of all involved, and things were looking great. Then came the crash. The merchant accounts he was using got the jitters because they'd never seen growth like what was happening, and they froze the accounts. Businesses just can't operate without cash flow. And to this day, some 3 years later, there are still some amounts not yet released. To the credit of Titch and Gloria, they lost everything in trying to make good their members' investments. And I too took a hit as I'd guaranteed some minimum income. But the really sad thing was that a great plan that was working so well for everyone collapsed due to financial institutions' inability to adapt and accept the way that things work online in today's world. However, I then came across a done-for-you binary trading organisation. It came highly recommended to me, and it was publishing great results. I checked them out, and I even spoke to the CEO, who answered all my questions and concerns, and I believed we had something wonderful once again to help people. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a massive, well-executed scam involving millions of dollars, and I not only lost a personal fortune, but I had also, maybe foolishly, guaranteed results to people I introduced, and that left me deep in debt that I'm still to pay off. In the 2 years since then, I've actually been doing what I've never done before, and which I teach others not to do, and that is, I've been chasing money. Not for myself, but in an attempt to make good on the obligations that I have to others. It's taken me some time to understand where I'm going wrong, and this was brought home to me recently in a meeting with Dave Sharp, yet another marketer who's had to fall to rise again. In these 2 years I've racked up massive debts and I've had to sell my homes, but now I feel I'm in a position of strength and I see things turning in my favour. Things that will allow me to generate the income, to pay off the guarantees I made, pay off the debts I've incurred on top of those guarantees, provide my wife with the security she deserves, follow my mission to help 5 million people change their lives for the better, and raise $2 million a month for charity. So what is it that's turning in my favour? Well, first of all, Titch has risen from the ashes and is again making money hand over fist whilst he's living in his native South Africa. His values haven't changed, and he's allowing people to share in his success. But he's learned from the past and is only using bitcoins where the banking institutions have no way to damage his or your business. Additionally, I've partnered with Dave Sharp in his business, which he's set up to help people, mainly those who've struggled before, make money using his systems and his sales team. And finally, I'm bringing together a plan that will once again help anyone to make money. The plan is based around Titch and Dave, and also some innovative software that I've been creating for some years. I am again rising from failure, ever stronger, and I invite you to join Titch, Dave and myself on a journey of success. There's a link below where you can click to get more free information that'll help you build any business, and it'll also help you learn more about the options that Titch, Dave and I have to offer you. You've got nothing to lose. Click below now. God bless.